It says we're live. I hate YouTube. It should be popping over. Well, hello there, strangers. We thought this was going to be another simple Friday with no news. But man, what a bomb to be dropped off today in our laps on a Friday. We were playing on other stuff. I just got done hanging out with Cubs, doing one of his streams. Figured I'd have a little bit of time to relax, chill out. We're still planning on showing at 10 o'clock the VIPs. We're going to do season 7, last 4 episodes of the Clone Wars for Dr. Finn so we can get his little girl squeaky reactions. And then I'm going to go do Honey stuff. CG said, boy, we got some news for you. Holy moly in the holy there, Finn. Holy Jesus, Finn. If you're going to do something, do it big. I like it. It's big, it's bold, it's beautiful. This is what CG needs to be doing all the time. Oh, my God. So, if you guys haven't heard, we've got it up. We've got the state of the galaxy. And, man, it's pretty big news. So we're going to discuss it right now. Hello to everybody in the chat. Welcome to the stream. I know Cubs is streaming right now. He's getting ready to do his GAC and stuff. So I appreciate you guys watching us. You can watch us both. You can watch Cubs on Twitch. You can watch us here. So it works out. It works out beautifully. So we're going to break this sucker down. But Dr. Buck FU, Bad Rongo, Dr. Feelgood, Slash Finn Rhodes, Lord Megatron, all you guys, thank you for being here. Very much appreciated. As we go through this, get your comments and questions in. We'll look at them and stuff. I got to do some arena stuff in the middle of all this, so I could have been at a worse time. I'm like, oh no, I set to get to my number 1 rank. So there you go. So Finn, should we just dive in?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Have you seen this yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you know it's coming up. So if you guys haven't seen it or read it, then here we go. It says, "Hi, Holotable Heroes. This is from CG Tophead." No, I'm not going to do the voice. It's too serious of a thing for me to be dicking around with. It says, "Our upcoming title update will arrive next week, and that means Galactic Challenges are almost here. Today we will share more details about Galactic Challenges, and the complete update notes will be posted with the release." Okay. Excuse me. Behind the curtain, the update really has 2 parts. A whole new set of tools for us to create events more efficiently in Galactic Challenges, the first type of event built using this new tool set. This greatly expands our options to create even more events and game modes in the future. We will be closely monitoring Galactic Challenges over the next few weeks, and we already have plans to expand this feature after our initial exhibition period. All right. What are Galactic Challenges? If you hadn't had a chance to read our summary in the road ahead, and there is a hyperlink to it, Galactic Challenges events keep the game fresh and engaging by offering interesting and unique encounters that feature always changing combinations of modifiers, locations, and feats, along with multiple tiers of difficulty and associated rewards. Modifiers add a wide range of positive and negative effects to the battle, meaning you'll have to mix up your strategies to succeed. So in here you have an example of it. You see the Galactic Legend. You see that they're going in with troopers. The modifiers, the locations, it looks like the Death Star, and then it's got conditions, and then there's tiers. I can't pause it or I would get into this more in depth, but just looking at this so far, Finn, what are you thinking, man? That's pretty goddamn impressive. I was just stunned when I saw this. It's got the difficulty level. Mm-hmm. It's got everything we asked, man. What do you think of just looking at this initially?
I like the overall layout. I'm also going to say I like the fact that they're doing an exhibition period. We've talked about this before, that the fact that they did this with GAC is maybe one of the best things they did, and now they're doing it again with this. So let players test it. Right, give them rewards. They're basically going to get the rewards, but they know that they're testing. It's called the exhibition period. Smart move by CG all around with this, and it looks like it's going to be pretty good too.
Yeah, looks pretty solid. All right, we continue on. It says, each Galactic Challenge event is based around a specific planet that loosely shapes what kinds of encounters and factions you will find. You're going to get your Ewoks, Finn. Are you happy about that? Yeah. On top of that, there are 3 types of modifiers mixing up the formula: global, player, and enemy. Global modifiers will affect both your squad and the enemies. Player modifiers only affect your squad, and enemy modifiers only impact the enemy squad. These modifiers can be anything from new activatable abilities to special debuffs or buffs. So, and you can see here in the picture here that you can see that there's the Imperial Edict. They get a bonus with their health and protection and all kinds of stuff if you're using Empire characters. So that's pretty cool. I like seeing that. That's kind of cool. It says you can see this in the following examples of the modifiers below. Dune Sandstorm is a global modifier, so it's constantly applying damage over time to everyone in the battle. To counter this, you might want a team that cleanses your entire squad frequently or takes advantage of the large stacks of debuffs on the enemies. Grim Machinations is encouraging you to bring Sith, but there are no direct restrictions on using your best squad or non-Sith to try to beat as many tiers as possible. I like that too, man. You can, if you don't have that squad necessarily, you can go with your best squad. It may be more challenging, but you still can do it, right? I love that. That's fantastic. You can see example of the modifiers here. You can see the global one, the Dune Sandstorm, which they just talked about and what it does. You can see the Grim Machinations, which they talk about with the Sith allies, and then what the enemy are getting with theirs, which is they get speed, like a buff for their speed. It says you will receive rewards for completing each tier, but you can also earn rewards for completing individual feats for each tier. Fantastic. The rewards list at the bottom shows all rewards that are available and will be removed from the list once completed. Since I haven't completed this tier, the green highlight in the rewards list indicates that there are rewards for beating this mission for the first time, and the purple highlight shows which rewards are tied to feats. You can also tap the arrows to get more information on the feats, which rewards you'll earn for completing them, or modifiers. You will want to review which feats and tiers give which rewards, as they may change from event to event. So you can see here the stuff you get for tier 2, and then you can click and see what you want for the feats, the requirements. So you get rewards, Finn, for beating it, and then you can get additional rewards for the feats associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty nice, you know.
Smart move.
I'm liking this. I gotta tell you, pretty nice. Exhibition season. There are a whole host of aspects we will be gathering your feedback on when we launch the trial run of Galactic Challenges next week. God damn, this is coming out next week, Finn. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Does 7 days feel too long? Is 2 days not enough to complete these types of events? Does this event create a compelling puzzle for your roster? There are a few elements we already know we want to expand, and the event tool was designed with this flexibility in mind. We are initially starting with a limited number of feats, modifiers, and locations to start a clean release of the feature, but we are planning to expand these areas in the future. Smart. That's smart, man. And they're looking for that kind of feedback. Is it too long? Is it too short? You know, all that kind of stuff. So that's really good. The first schedule has a few different durations to see what feels the most enjoyable. There are 6 events for our initial run, starting off 2 7-day events, then 2 3-day events, and finally 2-day events. The schedule is structured as planet enemy player modifier. So Tatooine Separatist Sith will be from 812 to 818. Death Star Empire Bounty Hunter will be from 819 to 825. Ooh, Malachor Old Republic Rebels. So, yeah. So you have Separatist Sith on the first one, Empire Bounty Hunter on that one, and then Old Republic Rebel. And they're all... See, that's 6, and then it goes 2 for the Old Republic Rebel. Then you have Takadana. Have we seen Takadana in any of their maps before? I don't think so.
Do we? I don't recall. We might have. I don't remember for sure.
I know we've got the Malachor Temple, but damn. Wow. Yeah. Okay, and that's a 2-day event. Then we've got, or that's 3 days. These are 3 days. I'm sorry, I misspoke. 26th, 27th, 28th, then 29th, 30th, 31st for Takadano. Jakku, wow. Resistance Old Republic, so that's 2 days. These are the 2-day ones on September 1st and the 2nd. And Camino will be Galactic Republic and Separatist. Nice. We will also be closely monitoring your feedback on the rewards for feats and completing tiers. These rewards are subject to change, and we may vary the types of rewards or provide a special currency in the future. Meow Meow just donated $5 in chat. Said, "What is this?" Cat doesn't know. Well, we're going over the new challenge stuff that
we got
just
a State of the Galaxy.
State of the Galaxy, Meow Meow.
So that's what we're covering. It's giving us details about the Galactic Challenges, which are starting next week.
Yeah, next week on the 12th. So you got 5 days. You start off with Separatist Sith. Then we've got Empire Bounty Hunters, Old Republic Rebel, First Order Empire, Resistance Old Republic, Galactic Republic, and Separatists. That's interesting on Camino. The Nino, Finn. We're going to get the Camino.
Ride in the Camino?
Yeah. Right in the old Camino. How do you access Galactic Challenges? Galactic Challenges will appear in the Events tab once you reach level 60. You mentioned in the road ahead that we were considering tying access to the event to the daily activities, but we decided against this, and there are currently no entry requirements besides reaching account level 60. Thanks for reading, and we hope you are excited as we are for Galactic Challenges. I gotta say, man, I'm getting fired up, Finn. I'm getting fired up. There's some good shit right here, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm happy with everything that they're doing right now. It's a good direction that they're taking this. Sounds like they have taken a lot of the player feedback. So kudos to CG. Have to give them some credit, right, when they actually do something. And in this case, I think they've taken a lot of the feedback. We'll see how the event actually works, right? Some of the things we don't get full details on. I see the battle button. I don't see how many times necessarily we get to do the battles.
Yeah.
The repeatability factor for it. So
they did say in the other one that it was unlimited, right? So you can keep going in there over and over.
So that's what I'm assuming. And then the question then becomes the rewards. Some of them are first time only. Then you repeat them for the feats. Is there an incentive once you're done with the feats? How difficult are the feats? And I know this is all the feedback that they're going on, right? But that's ultimately what we're going to be kind of reviewing is the replayability factor of these events. And
different planets, different things, different tiers, so everybody can compete in this once you reach level 60.
So I am liking everything that they've done so far. And again, to me, the smartest thing that they did was tell us that this was an exhibition period, test this out, give us your feedback, and let us make adjustments, right? We know players have already had the sentiment that they are their like live beta testers. Just embrace it at this point, just like they're doing, and say, test out this content and let us go.
Yeah.
Like, let us do it, just like you did GAC, and it worked out pretty well. You got some feedback, you changed the algorithm for the matchups. I mean, you did a lot of things in that exhibition period. Do the same thing, take advantage of the player base, smart moves by CG all around. Content-wise, obviously, everything looks good. We haven't played it yet, so not necessarily withholding anything yet, just because we don't know, right? But it does look promising from the images and the kind of the little video clips. So I'm pretty happy right now with what is coming up here with Galactic.
I am too. And I really like the fact that if you don't have that specific kind of, like, say you don't have Vampire or Bounty Hunters worked up yet, you can go in there with your best team and try to figure it out and at least get some rewards and work on the different things. I love that. I mean, that's the thing that... two things. So that I really love, and the fact that they're being interactive and wanting the feedback from the community. Because a lot of times they put out stuff, it's like we give her feedback, but we never know what CG's thinking. Right now, they're encouraging us to give feedback and see what works best, and they're trying different things. Right? They're going to try it for 6 days. They're going to try it for 3. They're going to try it for 2. Really, really smart, and then see what the community likes. Right? So it just Jesus. I was hopeful, Finn. We've been disappointed so many times in the past with certain things that they've put out, right?
Yeah.
I do expect there to be bugs and issues with it, but it's an exhibition, like you said, so you're not going to be as overly upset about it. I mean, you'll be like frustrated maybe, but yeah, man, this looks.
I mean, if it's an exhibition and you complain about bugs, that's just silly. Like, if it breaks other parts of the game, right? Like, so. If there's issues with the Galactic Challenges, I think we're all fairly understanding of it now. But if it breaks like Arena or something, right, then that could be potential issues. So they do have to make sure they mitigate some of the impact from bugs. Bugs within Galactic Challenges, that's fine. Bugs within that have impacted the rest of the game, those will not be taken kindly to. So it is going to depend on where the issue is.
If you were to rate this post out of 10, Finn, what would you give this?
I've said it before. Top Hat focuses more on the state of the galaxies than the roads ahead. I don't care about the road ahead, actually. I mean, they come out, they give us some basic concepts. Top Hat puts out a really good state of the galaxy every single time. Like, if you go back and look at a state of the galaxy, he does a good job with those. It's just we've expected stuff in the road ahead instead of the state of the galaxy. Top Hat does it a little bit differently. So I would give this like a 8.5, 9. The only thing is missing is to show like actual gameplay, but I think they're probably saving that as a little bit of a surprise. So I don't necessarily mind it, but I would say it's probably around like a 8.5 or a 9.
Yeah,
it's quality post.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there, buddy. It's a 9.5 for me. I mean, I was expecting a lot. Got more than what I had some high hopes here, but was not expecting this. I really wasn't. I was like, you got to be kidding me. This is unbelievable what they're putting out there. So let's see what the chat's saying. Let's see if there's any questions. Do you guys have any thoughts that you guys want to bring to us about what you think all this means and stuff? Feel free to put that in the chat. If you have any questions or anything, put that in there. We'll be here for a few minutes so you guys can ask us some questions. I think it'll be good. I know there is some questions, so if you want to get to the questions, Finn, right away.
Mr. Bone, East Germany in with a 4.3.
The Russian judge with a 1. The hell?
At least we dropped the lowest one, so it's fine.
Oh no. Oh, this is really good stuff, guys. So how do you guys feel about it in chat? If you want to share your thoughts and stuff like that, we can do that. Well, besides the whole East Germany thing.
We'll spend a few minutes here, right? Just to kind of see what you guys think, and then we don't want to go too long with this. It's kind of a quick summary kind of stream for everyone. So, yeah, a lot of people are pretty excited. They say it looks pretty dope. Just looking through these Galactic challenges for my birthday. Thanks, CG from Nightmare.
Yeah, that's winning.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it seems fairly positive. Yeah, the people are pretty impressed with what is going on so far. Contingent says I was so impressed with what they have said so far. I agree. So yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. We were just talking about this on Cub Stream, and man, they aim to plays. Any questions or anything that we're saying?
I don't know. I wasn't looking for questions. Are we doing questions?
Well, we could do some questions. So I'm seeing some questions in the chat, so if you want to scoop those up real quick, we can do a few questions.
I don't have Nightbot open. Hold on.
Well, let's just go through it. It's not that many people have been talking, so I can get the questions here.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. Nightmare question. What are expectations for difficult levels for Galactic challenges? Are we thinking tier 2 or tier 3 of assault battles? What do you think? It's one battle, so we know it's only one battle. You just
it's
go
one
over
battle, but several tiers of it.
Yeah,
right?
1 through 7 or 8 I saw in there.
Yeah, actually, there might have been even more because we don't know if there's like a scroll bar or something like that, right? Because it looks exactly the same. I mean, I think there's going to be the whole gamut of things. I think it'll be very similar to assault battles, where you have the whole range of things, and then you have those tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and I'm sure that's why they designed it this way, so they can expand it as they add more levels, gear, whatever it is. They can expand it. So yeah, I think probably the higher end ones, like the top end gear,
probably relic levels, right?
Yeah, relic levels for sure. For like we're calling it tier 2, tier 3. I would say whatever they're like level 8, 9, whatever is set up with this. Because again, somewhat difficult to make out exactly because there might be a scroll wheel. We don't have like access to play around with it, but yeah, I think it's probably somewhere in that neighborhood. We saw right now just 5 tiers, I think, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm trying to see if there's any.
Let me go back and look.
No, there's 8. It is 8.
It is 8, yeah.
I think on that one screenshot, I think they did it intentionally to summarize. So it looks like there's 8 tiers.
I saw 7.
Did I count wrong? Hold on, let me just see. Maybe it is 7. Let me see what the last Roman numeral is, and it is VII. So yeah, 7.
7.
So yeah,
but
so
still,
it looks like 7 tiers of difficulty, and yeah, the top one probably is very high relic in order to beat it with the correct faction, right? I will say that the higher one is probably designed to be beaten with the correct faction.
Yeah, but the good news is you'll get we'll see how the rewards are, but they'll be open to like what the rewards should be for this and stuff. So it'll be interesting. Let's see here. Question from Badarongo. I wasn't paying attention. Can you read it again? No. I took care of that one for you, Finn. That was a simple no. Skywalker Vader, hey, our Canadian representation, says, question. I just hope this looks great and everything, and I am cautiously optimistic, and it's not an Assault Battles 2.0 question mark? No, it's not.
Even if it is, I'm not necessarily... So keep in mind, there's a few differences that they already mentioned with this from Assault Battles, right? One, you can use other factions. They already said that, right? That's one of the biggest things about Assault Battles, where you're forced to use a faction, and if you didn't work on it, you're screwed, right? This one allows you to use other factions. So they've already... If this is like Assault Battles, right, then they've already done better. The other part too, which I'm hoping for, and we talked about this, I think, on Wednesday or something, which is a number of waves. right? We don't know how the battles go out. If this is an 8-wave thing, then yeah, it's going to be tedious and going to be.
They said it was only to be one battle,
but
right?
if they do make it one battle, like they said, right, then we're good. Then I am solid. I still don't like the concept of full turn meter. I'm gonna throw that out there too.
Well, they did address turn meter in the previous post that they were working on that.
No. I'm talking about providing NPCs.
Oh, NPCs with 100% turn meter. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. Like, so if they give the NPCs 100% turn meter, I once again think that is a very lazy way of adjusting difficulty. So I really hope they go about it a different way and truly make this like a difficult event by you being able to mod and potentially go first. Like your Galactic Legends may be able to go first in this, right? Now, here's the interesting part. If you can use any character, how will Galactic Legends break these Galactic challenges?
Yeah, that's a good question, right?
That's the big question to me, because Galactic, if you can use like Rey on your assault battles, you know she's going to wreck it. Same thing with Kylo. Like at some point, it is going to be silly the amount of power that a Galactic Legend has. And I don't know how they're going to scale this, right? That's the biggest problem, which is, let's just say we're talking about the event that's designed for Sith, right? How do you make it so somebody doesn't just go in with Supreme Leader Kylo and beat it? Or do you want that? Like, is that the reward for getting a Galactic Legend? Because right now, you can throw maybe a Galactic Legend and like 4 Sith on there if you really want to, and it really doesn't matter. It's not going to be about the difficulty. It's going to matter about your Galactic Legend. So it'll be interesting to see how Galactic Legends work in these events. You may not be able to get the feats, right? Because the feats might be specific to using those particular things, but to beat it and get the first time rewards, Galactic Legends may be like your easy skeleton key for like this entire Galactic Legend to get the first time win, but it may stifle you for the feats.
Yeah.
So that's probably what it's going to balance out to, and then that puts an onus on CG to put a high value on the rewards. But I'm going to kind of go back and forth here a little bit, right? Because then how do you scale the First Order and the Resistance events?
Yeah.
Because then Rey and Kylo are legitimately able to be used, and they are just going to wreck it, right? So the power creep of Galactic Legends cannot be forgotten through all of this. And how they handle these events is going to be pretty interesting, because we talk about tier 2, tier 3, and all these things about needing relic levels. The Resistance and the First Order ones could just be Galactic Legend, boom, you're done, and leave it, because there's no way to scale it otherwise that would be even remotely possible for anybody that does not have the Galactic Legend. Like if they had relics on everything else but did not have the Galactic Legends, you're screwed. Like that's not the way it should be. So it'll be interesting to see how they go about the balancing. So I am very curious how these the rest of this month is going to play out.
Yeah. And our Wilson question, what are you most excited about, and what's your expectation going forward from the devs? Well, I mean, I've said it since the Galactic Legend debacle, right? Because they were... Let's not rehash those. But since then, characters they put out, the stuff that they've been doing, you add Galactic challenges, if this comes off as a big hit, I think CG's come back in a big way. Still think their communication's a little lacking. I think it should be more involved, but the posts that they have posted, if they do stuff like this, I mean, sky's the limit, man. I mean, if they keep putting out products, I mean, here's the thing, if you put out a great product, it speaks for itself. You don't really have to say anything, right? And the fact that they're asking for feedback and wanting communication, I think, is a big thing. What are your thoughts on that question, Finn?
Same thing, yeah. And we talked about the communication aspect. Again, Top Hat puts out a really good State of the Galaxy. He does not put out a good Road Ahead. That is different than what Carrie used to do, where Carrie did not put out like the State of the Galaxy or like the monthly post, really, but she would address everything in the Road Ahead. So I think now we're seeing how Top Hat is kind of running things as kind of the lead communicator for these big content changes. I think next up, in terms of a communication change, is going to have more of Crumb kind of addressing the community more frequently, in a way better than the Q&A session, right? Those Q&A forum posts, not a good idea. I'm glad they got rid of it. I would prefer silence over that, and I stick by that. But I still think that there's a better way to communicate it. So I still hope that they're going to try a different way of doing their Q&A, because I think the Q&A is valuable, but not in the way they were doing it. They were basically like undermining their own efforts all the time with that part of the release.
I agree.
So, I mean, from a communication standpoint, I think this is a good sign. One thing I always, okay, me personally, right? There's always something about monitoring the trends and the relationship between the actions that have come in the past. I also don't want to put expectations on CG. Right? That's how you lead to disappointment. I try to look at each thing CG does as kind of in a capsule as possible to try and evaluate it. Because truth be told, if you look at the history of CG, you see this now in a lot of videos. Unfortunately, the history of CG has not been great in terms of player relationship, and so everything would always be negative, right? They would put out any post, and you would just be like, "This is crap," like every single time if you based everything on the history. So I'm not putting any expectations on the future. I'm not really judging them on the past. I'm going to try and encapsulate this. I think this is a good post. I hope CG comes out with more things like this.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's see if there's any other serious questions. They're doing the when will now be now, then be now kind of thing from Spaceballs. We're not going to get into that now. Soon. I'll just say that soon, TM. Anything else? I'm just looking. No, I don't see other questions. So let's skip this part. Never play this part again.
All right. So I think we covered everything. I mean, we don't have to.
Yeah, we don't have to get into too much detail. I know everybody and their mom, content creators, going to talk about this. I will be talking about this probably on the Heinze stream in about 5 hours. So I'm sure we'll go in depth there because he'll have Grid on there and Ram Bam, and we'll get into it. So we'll probably get into more there. I know Cubs was hitting it when I was watching his GAC stream, but we decided to stream too. We got to cover it. I mean, this is huge news, so we have to cover for our channel and for you guys. So if you guys have more questions or anything like that, you can hit us up directly. We're gonna cut this one off so it can keep the time down on it short. So with that, we're gonna call this one done. So on behalf of myself and Finn, thank you guys for joining us here at RSG. Make sure you check out our other content. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe here on YouTube. You can check us over on Twitch. We'll have a lot of stuff going over on Twitch like D&D and some other things. So with that, we appreciate you guys stopping in. I hope you're excited about Galactic Challenges. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you here in a little bit. Peace out.